Good afternoon, welcome to GrainTV. My name is Cody Bills. Today is Tuesday the 21st and we have the market moving higher here, but not by much for corn and soybeans. Corn trading up 1.5 cents on the day for the December contract. Soybeans for November trading up 4.5 cents, and wheat in Chicago continuing lower here today, falling 8 cents for the September contract. Now across the newswire in regards to wheat, GAS, the Egyptian grain buyer, did offer a tender yesterday. Looks as though they purchased 175,000 metric tons of Russian wheat here today. That was offered cheapest at $193.75 per ton. So U.S. wheat just not showing any sort of competitiveness after the U.S. dollar maintains that lofty level compared to other global basket of currencies. Not only that, but of course wheat rallied very sharply over the last, or really recently. We've been falling in the most recent weeks, kind of retracing a lot of those gains, but I think that sharp rally really did a number on new crop export demand. Now, when we look at the charts here, this is something I want to just quickly go over. Interesting pricing action today, especially after a couple of days of selling. My interpretation of this is really on Friday and on Monday, market was really anticipating really no major revisions here in crop conditions, considering the fact that weather has not been significantly any sort of a whole lot worse than it has been. We had some drier weather come into the forecast, and so in general I really think the market participants were positioning themselves for unchanged ratings. That's on the good to excellent crop conditions report. That was really what we saw, and with that being the case, it seems as though today we saw a little bit more stability in prices, no major changes in the weather forecast. My feeling here going forward is that it's likely maybe we'll get a little bit of a rebound tomorrow, but my feeling is that I think we're going to maintain some weather premium here going forward. I think we are by far from being out of the woods right now. But in general, my feeling is that the weather outlook going forward is relatively positive. Crop conditions did not drop significantly. I think the market's going to have to wait for the August WASDE report. That will be a major tell and a major catalyst. That will reveal perhaps some yield revisions. We'll of course have to wait and see. I would suspect that they would have some yield revisions by the August report, and also crop planted acreage revisions after they resurveyed some of the areas that were really delayed. So my feeling really is, barring any major changes in the weather, that we're just going to kind of chop around these levels here going forward until we get more information in that August WASDE report. So I also feel as though it's quite possible that we could be kind of drifting lower, but I don't think we're going to get any sort of precipitous sell-off here in corn and soybeans right now. I simply don't think the market could sustain that, just because there is so much uncertainty about how yield has been impacted by these excessively wet conditions in the eastern grain belt, because it's very hard to measure that. It's very hard to know exactly how yield has been affected there, and then also whether or not that has been partially offset by very positive growing conditions in Nebraska and Minnesota and the western part of the grain belt. So I think there's still a lot of uncertainty. It's likely to sustain a premium here in the market. But in general, after this sharp rally, I think what we're going to see is a little bit of price consolidation, chopping around, possibly drifting a little bit lower and into the August WASDE report. Guys, if you have any questions about what we talked about today or my perspective on the market, because of course this is my opinion. This is just my opinion on where we are and what I would suspect to see here based on the information that I've been consuming. But if you have any questions about that, please give me a call. Number is 877-472-4639. 4607. I look forward to hearing from you. And again, if you haven't done so already, go ahead and take a demo of that trading platform at grainhedge.com. You get a 14-day, no obligation, free trial. The nice thing about it is you can download it, see what it's like to have live quotes in the palm of your hand as well as on your desktop. So thanks a lot for tuning in. We'll see you here Wednesday. We'll get the ethanol numbers out. We'll talk a little bit about those, and of course we'll talk as well about the expectations for export sales here coming out on Thursday.